Wanna be where you are. I want you to look the way, boy. Be my superstar. Your love is all it takes, boy. Wanna be where you are.
Hello, hi there, it's Paul here from House of the Outsiders. Thank you for dropping by. This week, new journal page, and before I begin, must say a huge thank you to a lovely lady called Shannon Green, who on her YouTube channel last week gave a shout out to me, told people to check me out and see my work. So thank you very much, Shannon, and I shall put a link to your YouTube channel if anybody would like to go and see down in the page down below, so you'll see that. Also, thank you ever so much, because of Shannon, to all the new people who have subscribed to my channel. Thank you for coming by and thank you for taking an interest. I hope you enjoy the videos to come this year. Finally, another thank you to a good friend of mine, Carl, who only just found out that I made videos and made a very, very sweet comment about how relaxing and something else that he thought the sound of my videos were. So thank you, Carl, too. Anyway, back to the page. Whilst I've been whittering on, I've masked off a piece of A4 card, because what I thought I'd do, because I've been making my pages in art journal books at the moment, but there's something I used to sort of like make them on card, and there's something I like about just taking a single sheet of paper or card and being able to design something on that rather than always in a book. It's a little bit more freedom to just move it around and to add paints and things to it. So I thought I'd go back to trying it out again. Anyway, I masked this page off because I wanted to use Distress Oxide inks. I know Tim has released a whole new set of colours, and I've already got plenty of colours, but I was particularly interested in getting the grey because I thought the grey would go well with the black. So I ordered just the one ink and wanted to play, but I want to cover my whole page in Distress Oxides. Don't know whether it's frugal of me or I don't know why, it just didn't sit right that to do a whole 8" by 8" page and cover it with Distress Oxides. So anyway, I masked off a third of it and blended the inks using, I think it's the black soot, the hickory smoke, and I can't remember, is it iced spruce, the lighter one, and the kind of greeny grey. So I used those, blended it, and then for the rest of it I took an acrylic ink and painted the rest of it grey. The masking of it didn't work out quite as I anticipated. Though the masking tape I use is very low tack, it did pull away some of the cards, so even after I painted it, the lines where the distress ink and the acrylic ink met weren't as clean as I wanted, so I grabbed some grey washi tape and added that as a border just to clean it up. Okay, so now you can see I've taken a visible image stencil, the Starburst, and some white acrylic paint, and ever so lightly and with only a small bit of paint on my sponge and dabbing around the stencil, because I wanted to kind of give this starburst effect and I wanted it to blend out or fade out towards the edges. So I think I managed that okay. It kind of looks like a stargazing kind of background. Now this little critter, I didn't video myself drawing it, but I drew it, scanned it in, inked it up, printed it out, and at this stage I'm now colouring it in watercolour paint. I think somebody's asked before which watercolour paints I use. A lot of the time I've got a couple of tins of Prima Marketing's colours, and I got the Classic range and the Tropics range, and for this pretty sure I use the Classics range. So anyway, it's printed out onto just ordinary A4 copy paper. I've watercoloured it in, I've added pencils and pens and all the detail work, and now ready to stick it to my page. I wanted it to be of the size where it would fit in front of that kind of starburst and act like a kind of a halo effect. And yeah, I think it worked. Now, as you can see, they're not that brand new of a stamp, but they're brand new in the fact I've not used them yet. But these are from the brilliant Carabel Studio, some border stamps. And I like these ones that had these weird tentacle doodly flower designs. Now the reason I'm masking or pinning down my page with some washi tape is because with all the paints and inks and heating I've added to the page, it has warped a little. Okay, I'm using a 350 GSM card, so it's thick enough, but it has warped and bent. So in order to do the stamping, I stuck it down just so I had a bit of more of a flatter surface. Okay, so once I'd added my border with stamps, I took a pencil, penciled in my quote, which I got from a podcast, Feast of Fun. I'm always listening to it and they always come out with some weird things. I came for the biceps and stayed for the lips, and when I heard that I thought, yep, must note that down, because one day I'm going to turn that into an art journal page. And yes, though I told myself I would never outline my text again, no, I put down the pink and I thought, yeah, it didn't really stand out, so I took a very thin black paint pen and outlined my text. This time worked out, so I'm not kicking myself for doing it this time. I took my white Posca pen. Like the pink, it doesn't stand out so much when you do it first time. It takes two or three layers of the pen before you get something that's like strong and vibrant. Each time I finish a stage, like when I did the text or the border, I tend to look at the page and think, does it need something else? And in this case I thought, yeah, the border to me didn't stand out enough, so I took a thin black pen and did a wiggly squiggly line around it. Again, take a look at it. Still felt it needed something. Brought out the white pen, because I've already used white in the design, and I did white dots in the sort of like the spaces in the design of the doodly border. Again, after looking at it, thinking, yeah, still needs more of that border, and so on the inside of the black doodly line I added a white line just to add more doodles and interest, and I think finally the border sort of like stands out and makes for a good design. Finally, because I just wanted to tweak it just a little bit more, I took the white border that I did around my text and I did some dots in the middle, just a little bit of extra doodling. I think more because I just wanted to muck about. Didn't want to finish the page. Okay, so now I think the page is finished. So here are some close-ups. Thank you for everyone who's subscribed, and thank you for watching, and hopefully see you again soon. Bye for now.